Hey there, I'm Pete from PM Auto Care. Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is all about this awesome Toyota Supra. Are you even a car guy if you don't have a little love in your heart for the iconic Mark IV Toyota Supra? Thanks to the film franchise, The Fast and Furious, these cars have become a firm fan favourite amongst Japanese car enthusiasts. It also helps that they have that stunking 2JZ engine under the bonnet. This particular car, the owner's owned for a long time and it's been through quite a few variations. Started originally as a silver car, he then resprayed it white, and this is its final reincarnation in a beautiful Ferrari red. This has been an entire project with interior trimming, more under bonnet goodies, and then, as I say, the respray. We're the final stop now to detail everything and bring it all together. If you've seen our videos on doing repainted cars before, you'll know that that just doesn't mean that they're ready to stick a coating on. And quite often, they need quite a bit of paint correction just to leave them to that level that you would expect. So that's exactly what we're going to do with this car. Full paint correction throughout, a deep interior detail to get rid of any of the body shop sort of dust and overspray and things like that. And then coat absolutely every surface, removing the wheels, and then a once over under the bonnet is just going to finish this car off. First things first though, we need to get outside and get it washed. And this car hasn't been driven since it was resprayed and assembled, so it's unlikely that it's going to have much in the way of contamination on the paint. But we still need to give it a good 2-bucket wash just to get the dust off and make sure it's squeaky clean so that we can do our inspection and then start the paint correction process. So let's get started. So when we do an inspection on a car, we're always looking for different things. And on a car that's been resprayed in a body shop, there are a few defects that we just expect to see. So a body shop is machine polishing your car for a very different reason that a detailer is, and as such we're looking for different things. So this is a top class paint job, but the finishing, it really needs to come to a detailer to take it to that next level. So that's what we're going to do. Now, whenever we're working on a car that's been resprayed at a body shop, there are 3 defects that we will expect to see straight away. The first, and it's probably the one that you guys have seen most often before, is the buffer trails, as it's known, or holograms, you might have heard it called. They are quite horrific looking, but they're very easy to sort. Now what causes them is the body shop using a rotary polisher, and they're using quite a coarse compound. They're not really breaking the compound down, and all they're doing is trying to bring that flattened paint back up again. So those are quite easy to fix, although they look quite unsightly. Then the second defect that we expect to see, because again, as we say, the car's been flattened, and you'll see areas of the car where there's sanding marks where it just hasn't been polished up properly. Typically that'll be out towards edges and the more vulnerable areas. It's not often you'd see them on the flatter sections of the panels. But again, although they look quite unsightly, they aren't too difficult to deal with. And the last type defect that we normally would see in a car that has been resprayed is sanding marks underneath the finish. So that's from when they have been prepping the vehicle to paint it. Those are a little trickier to deal with, and we actually have to manipulate those by using the heat that we generate through the compounds and the pads in the machine itself, where we actually make the surface malleable underneath and it sort of floats those defects out. So first things first, we do an inspection. I'm not expecting to see much other than that. There's not going to be general washing, just defects, as the car's probably only been washed 2-3 times since it was painted. But lighting is essential here. So you'll see we have the building fitted out with incredibly precise LED lights that allow us to light up defects, but we also use freehand devices and some fixed lamps that we move around the car. Lighting is everything with paint correction. If you can't see what you're working on, you're not going to see just how effectively you're transforming that finish back to perfection again. So let's get cracking with the inspection, and we'll show you some of these defects. So what you're seeing here is holograms or buffer trails inflicted at the body shop after rotary polishing with a heavy grade compound and not broken down properly. These are relatively easy to sort and shouldn't cause us too much headaches throughout the paint correction process. And these are sanding marks from when the car was flattened. They look quite horrific, but these are actually quite easy to sort. These are harder to spot on camera, but these are prep marks under the surface, and they cover quite a lot of the body of the car. Harder to show on camera, but also quite difficult to fix. And this is contact damage where someone has maybe used a rough cloth, and again, easy sort it. More holograms, and then unfortunately, as you'll see, we get lower. The holograms then turn into some other fairly heavy sanding defects that haven't been removed. So again, going to be quite a bit of time. Seeing the edges, almost every edge and every panel in this car suffers from this. So as you can see, we've quite a bit of work ahead of us on this Supra. Now ideally I would be liking to start into the paint correction process using foam pads here and a fairly aggressive compound. With the car being a solid colour, microfiber is just going to leave us with a lot of micromarring to deal with in the refinement stages, and to make this as efficient a process as possible, we always try and err on the side of caution at the cutting stages. Now, with a painted car, you just never know what you're in for, and it's a good time to point out, even with all these years of experience with detail, your eyes and even the paint depth gauge, etc. can only tell you so much, but it's once you get the machine in your hand, you start seeing how things is responding, that's really what's going to dictate what the process is for the car. It's important not to get trapped in the mindset of that we only use this combination and that's what works best for me. You really need a variety of skills and techniques in your arsenal to get the very best result. So it's going to be a lengthy process. Let's get started.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
So you'll see I started out with foam there, and it just wasn't enough to get it to where I wanted it to be. There's quite a lot of sanding marks throughout the whole car, so I just thought, you know what, rather than mess about, switched it over to microfiber pad, hit them with Maguire's 105, so it's a pretty aggressive combo, and that in itself is leaving some defects behind, but we're going to take care of those in the refinement process anyway. That's just the most time effective way of doing it. But in all honesty, that one half of the bonnet there was almost 45 minutes in itself, even with the microfiber pad. So I think we made the right choice, but it's going to be slow progress with this car. I would say I'd originally thought 2-3 days. We're probably going to be pushing that out 4 days now with the extra machine time, but that's part of the fun of detail.
I regard the work of motivation the most important work in the history of man. Everything that happens is motivation.
So as you'll have seen, that was quite an intense initial stage of correction. Thankfully Stevie was finished with a little bus and was able to jump on board and give me a hand, and we got it knocked out in pretty reasonable time, but there was still quite a few hours. There was more than a single day's worth of correction in that car. Now, we did have to go down the route of microfiber, which unfortunately meant we introduced quite a bit of micromar into the finish, as you'll have seen on those before and after shots. But that's fine, because we just want to deal with the heavy defects at this stage, and that's why the refinement stage is so essential to finishing the car off in the way that we want it to. That's why we don't work with it only doing single stage corrections or things like that, because there's always compromise somewhere. To get the best finish from your car, it needs multiple angles of correction. One to deal with defects and one to really pull out that true finish. And to get that true finish and to deal with those pesky little micromar and defects, we're going to do something a little unusual. And that's use this green Hex Logic pad, which is a heavy cotton pad, but we're going to pair that with some Manzurna 3800, which is a beautiful oily finishing product that's got a lot of time, but quite a bit of bite that'll allow us just to spend the time, break the polish down, and we'll get this paint looking absolutely perfect. So let's get cracking at that.
All I'm saying.
So that is finally all the heavy machine work done in the car. We've got it refined, and as you'll see, that really took it to the next level, which seems kind of crazy to say on something that's just been resprayed, but as you'll see, we really made such a transformation in this car. So now that's all complete, We're going to blow the car down, get all the dust and stuff off it, get it clean, and then do all of the coating. So the wheels are coming off the car to get them coated. Then we're laying down some crystal serum ultra on the body, glass is getting coated, and then I said deep interior detail and an engine bay just to finish things off. I'm looking forward to seeing this car all come together now that the hard work's done, and it's really going to look amazing. And just like that, within a few seconds, with the magic of cinema, that's it complete. So there's just one thing left to do, and that's show you guys it finished. So I think you'll agree that that really turned out great. It looks like a totally different car from what was dropped off, and that new paintwork is even more vibrant than it was to begin with. Getting to work on cars like the iconic Toyota Supra is just one of the many reasons I love doing this job. But it doesn't have to be something special. The transformation is the thing that really brings me the joy. So that's another video almost wrapped up. You're sitting here in our new handover building. We're going to do a little sneaky few shots through into the end here. It's a little project we've been working on for the last year, and it's almost complete, and we're going to start using this to add to the experience of collecting your car. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really makes a difference, and we're bringing you more content soon. Next video up is going to be a stunning B7 Audi RS4, very low mileage, and a really special metallic green. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you another time.